Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a weekend reading. This may cover the end of the week. We already had 2 cards flip out. How about that? The Servant, card number 2, and the High Priest, card number 10. So what I was going to say is that this may cover a span of about 4 days or so. It should post Friday or Saturday morning, and we'll go through Monday or Tuesday. I probably won't record again until Monday. So today's Thursday. I'm doing this in preparation. Have a chance to review it. We have the Mantegna Tarot here. We have this one, the Neon Rider Tarot. Okay. And then for the Oracle here, we have the Goddess Guidance Oracle. All of these cards were shuffled prior to record. Just last minute on camera situation for my viewers here. What kind of, thank you. That's a lot, but we will take them. Table's a little bit of an angle, pardon me. Alright, so for the Mantegna Tarot with the archetype cards, we have 2 and 10. This is archetype cards. Number 2 is the archetype for dependence. Always be kind but not subservient. This is an indication that we need to go our own way, pave our own path, and do things for ourselves. This is to bring justice to yourself and your own path, your wishes, your wants, your hopes, your desires. And then next to it we have card number 10. This is Papa or High Priest. This is the archetype for spirituality. Think beyond the everyday. So we need to focus on our own paths, whatever lights us up inside, and also with the Pope here, the High Priestess, think beyond the everyday. There is a divine plan. There is an ultimate plan. We need to trust in that plan, and we can tap into our intuition and wisdom. This individual here has the crown of enlightenment, and as well, he holds the key to the book of knowledge. This is where we're meant to embody our energy for the weekend into the beginning of next week. Then we have Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Again, that is in alignment with this card, the Servant, card number 2, right? Always be kind but not subservient. Stand up for what you believe is right. Then we have Kuan Yin. This is compassion. Release judgment about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. If you have felt that maybe people misread you, or if you have felt a little bit outside of a group, or just not quite fitting in, love your own individuality. Release judgment about others and their opinions. Release judgment about the opinions others may have of you, because they don't know you as well as you know yourself. And finally we have Lakshmi. Bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Again, this card is an indication that we trust in the divine plan. There is a matter of timing and balance in the universe. Everything is unfolding as it should. This card here is much like the Wheel of Fortune. We are where we need to be, and it is the time to be exactly where we are. And that is very much in alignment with this card here, the Sun. So here First, in the Neon Rider Tarot, we have the Knight of Wands. This is a fast-moving energy, carrying with it an energy of ambition and enthusiasm, action, traction, initiation. And this knight can at times come in and leave just as quickly as they appeared. It could be a message of something inspiring, an inspiring action you would like to grab hold of, an inspiring opportunity that you would like to seize, and that is auspicious. But do consider that this Knight of Wands may leave. In other words, if there is an opportunity that arises that is very exciting and brings out your enthusiasm, your light, know that eventually that enthusiasm may die down a little bit. However, you will still have work to be done. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the circumstance or the person will leave your life. It just means that there comes a point where you become used to what was once exciting. And when that happens, you need to figure out how to strike this match within you, how to light your own fire, how to stoke your own fire. Next to that, we have the Three of Cups. This is a card of celebration, joy, abundance, merriment, celebration with friends. This is also possibly people coming in to assist you, people coming in to aid you in whatever challenges you may be facing. And here we have the Five of Wands, which does indicate challenges. So you may have some help and assistance, moral support, camaraderie as we come into these challenges with the Five of Wands. The Five is a card of change, the need to adapt. And in this particular card, these individuals are using wooden batons, staffs, in order to fight. They are not using swords. Yes, they can hurt one another, but ultimately this is a card of practice, practicing your skill, honing your skill, and perhaps you have to practice your skill of standing up for what you believe is right. Practice your skill of not backing down. This is to learn how to stand your ground and to learn how to stand up for what you believe is to be right. So in essence, this is a card of creating strong boundaries. Then we have the Nine of Swords. This is a card of sleepless nights. This is a card of anguish and agony, a racing mind, spinning thoughts, nightmares. And this is a few things. This is an opportunity to take a new perspective on struggles and strife you are currently finding in your life. Take a new perspective. All is not lost. You can wake up from this nightmare. On the other hand, this could be overthinking past conversations, past mistakes, relationships, poor judgment, and we are reminded that the past cannot be changed. Now, as far as taking a shift in your perspective, consider that what you have lived through, all of the challenges and the relationships that failed, have built you up to be the person you are today. They have put you in a position for today to receive blessings. This is to say that you wouldn't choose the things that you're choosing today if you hadn't lived through the challenges of yesterday. The challenges of yesterday formed you into who you are. And as such, when you receive the blessings of today, you can thank the you who struggled who made mistakes because you learned from your mistakes. And with the Four of Coins here, this card suggests that you're not walking away from this city empty-handed. You have some lessons that you can hold on to, and those lessons have value. You can build from these 4 coins. There is something substantial here. It is groundwork for building your new lofty tower, your castle in the sky. And this time you'll build it better. And you have these solid foundational pieces in order to make the cornerstones of that which you are going to build for your future. And we have this trusting in the universe and a bright future here with the sun. The sun is a very auspicious card. It is like a feeling of being rebirthed into this babe. It is the feeling of being blessed by the holiness of the sun, the bright energy, the high frequency. It is a rebirth. It is a transformation. It is looking at the bright side of life. It is finding the fire within and exploring the fire without, as well as the sun is the great ball of fire. And then here we have the Visconti Tarot. This deck is my clarification deck. Sorry for the noise. It was not the best shuffle. Just a moment, please. There we go. Get a few cards for clarification, and then I might go back and read some of what we find for Bridget, Kuan Yin, and Lakshmi. I'm going to take the Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords and the Hanged Man. See if we need anything else. Yes. Alright, I saw this Nine of Pentacles and this 5 of Swords. Anything else here? So 5 seems like a prominent number in this reading. We have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Again, both cards, the 5s are indicative of change, adapting to your new changing circumstances. The Hanged Man here is a card of changing your perspective, and we have that opportunity to change our perspective on what ails us, what keeps us up at night with this Nine of Swords card. Now, there are a few Swords cards here too. This is a card about thought, knowledge, concept. It is a card of, did I say thought? Wisdom, knowledge, clarity. Okay, so we can look back at the past and have clarity on things that we did not have clarity on previously. We have the Two of Swords here. This is indecision, this or that. What is the choice? I'll come back to that. We have the Seven of Swords. I can't speak. The Seven of Swords, this is a card that typically indicates deceit. It is also a card of strategy and tactics. The Hanged Man, a change in perspective, sort of a time out to catch a breather and to consider the past and how it relates to our future or the potential abundance of our future. We have the Nine of Coins, which is a card about being self-sufficient and independent, knowledgeable, sort of having the world at your fingertips, the material world. And then we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can suggest that we think something's over and it's not quite over. This is to not get too heady, too overconfident that you've won the battle. So the Two of Swords is a decision, Perhaps it is a decision between an individual who's coming towards you with a lot of enthusiasm, potentially passion, or an idea of implied intimacy, and then the Three of Cups, which is a gathering of friends and celebration. Perhaps you come to a point of choice between two similar circumstances. Probably it's more likely that this Two of Swords is a decision about how to move forward in your life. You have to take a step forward. Where you've been is done and over. We've seen the Death card. We have seen Judgment. We have seen the Tower. We have seen all kinds of implications of 10 and the end of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune, the World. This is indicative of new cycles beginning. We have to step into those new cycles, and that means deciding on an action to take in order to move forward. You may not know the way. You may feel deceived by information you have previously gleaned from any kind of source, be it an employer or a potential employer, an individual who may have shown some interest in you romantically. It may be some kind of deceit from a family member. It may be lies your friend has told. It really could be anything. But our opportunity is to have a new perspective on any kind of deceit or pain. And how do you do that? Again, how do you come out of the feeling of being stuck in a nightmare? How do you come out of the cycle of thought spinning around in your head? We have to change our perspective. This is to say, it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. In other words, whatever you've experienced recently that was a little tough to take, now is your opportunity to say thank you for the lesson I've learned. Now I can move forward in another direction, something that will serve me better, with the Bright Future card and the Sun. We're also asked to have compassion towards the individual or individuals or situation that has made us feel that we aren't appreciated, we aren't loved, we are overlooked, we are insignificant, or however you want to put it, however that deceit has affected you. When I say overlooked, in the example of work, or let's say you put an offer in for a house you were hoping to buy, and you didn't get chosen for the job, or your offer didn't make it for the house and somebody else ended up getting the house. In that sense, we can feel overlooked. But release the judgments. Love yourself even though somebody else can't. Love yourself even though somebody else didn't choose you for that job or for that house. They didn't accept your offer. Love yourself even though this is an inside job. And by loving yourself, you can bring forward that bright future with the Sun. The Nine of Pentacles, that independence. You can be independent and love yourself, and you don't even care what other people say. You don't care when you walk down the street who is looking at you, who's speaking of you, whether it be good speak or malicious, right? Oh, look what she's wearing. Oh, look, isn't that person attractive? Either way, it doesn't matter. You should stay, the message here is to stay confident in yourself. And this building with the challenges here, this building skill is to reinforce that confidence you have within. Again, with Bridget here as well. Stand up for what you believe is right. You find that confidence in yourself. With confidence and compassion, you can have this bright future. Finally, with the Five of Swords, this again is not to get too heady, not to be overconfident. So you can be confident in yourself, but you want to be modest with your confidence. You are focused on what you're doing. You're focused on your life, your plan, your path. And you don't need to flaunt your resources, your winnings, your bright future, your benefits, your opportunities in someone else's face, especially if they are struggling. It's an opportunity to grow yourself, focus yourself, put your attention on yourself and how you can be the best version of yourself. I am going to get one more oracle card here. Go me. I'm going to take a card from the Divine Feather Messenger, and I'll read that one aloud. I'm not going to read these Goddess Oracle cards. I'm just going to see this. We're going to get one Feather Messenger. What is the Divine Feather Messenger for the cherry on top of this reading? The icing on the cake. I did get two. We have Pelican and we have Raven. So Pelican says, choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. And that is in alignment here with this card about compassion, forgiving others. You don't have to do it verbally, but to acknowledge forgiveness within yourself helps you also forgive yourself and make room for something other than bitterness or animosity. Specifically, the Pelican has the ability to dive deep into the depths of the water, into the depths of emotion, spend some time there, and still come up and be buoyant and float along the top with a balance between the air and the water. That is having a balance between emotion and as well thought, logic. So this is a card about being of sound, logical, and emotional mind, being balanced. The other card was Raven. This says the universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. And that's really nice and lovely. Let me read that one. That's the one card I'll read for this reading. It is Raven. Raven is a symbolic messenger from the family of blackbirds. All of the blackbirds hold some level of mystery and magical energy. Raven is a power bird, decidedly aligned with the strong feminine energy of the universe. Often called a messenger of prophecy, Raven calls us to tune in and take notice of what is happening around us. Odin of Norse mythology had two raven companions, representing thought and memory. Recognizing the raven's sharp mind and keen intelligence encourages us to trust ourselves and our own supreme knowing. Raven's message is one of empowerment. Again, that is in alignment with Bridget's Don't Back Down and honing your skills. Empowerment. Be kind but not subservient. His distinct call awakens you to notice your personal power and to accept this as your truth. Again, about confidence, having confidence. Oftentimes we ignore the signs on the path and deny our own importance. That time is officially over. You're being called to notice and follow the signs and synchronicities of the universe that will awaken your inner wisdom. You may feel called to a higher vision and reach for yourself. The blackness of the raven's feather represents untapped potential and the expansive universe. Follow the guidance of Raven and own your power now. Beautiful. The energies associated with the card and the raven are insight, prophecy, power. It's associated with the seasons of fall and winter, the elements of earth and air, the colors black, blue, and purple, And the affirmation says, I claim my divine power and open to unlimited potential. Now again, this is like striking a match. The Knight of Wands lighting a fire. I see that very much as claiming your divine power and unlimited potential. It is enthusiasm for that potential. If you have a choice between grasping, getting a hold of your enthusiasm and something else, the old humdrum, the old path you're used to, whatever it is that feels tired and familiar, I would definitely go for the new. Anyhow, this is the reading for the weekend and into the beginning of next week. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight.